Hi everyone, I'm Pam. Welcome to my channel. Today is Wednesday, March 24th, and this is Flosstube number 23. Oh my gosh, I didn't look it up. Can you tell? Okay, what do we do here? We talk about cross stitch, mostly the stuff that I'm cross stitching. Sometimes we do some life updates. Sometimes we talk about knitting, not for months, and I don't know, probably not going to talk about it for a while. I'll get back into it. I'm learning how to do it. There won't be some knitting for a while. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm glad you came to visit. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I know that I'm usually a disorganized mess that rarely makes sense. So the fact that you're coming back to watch again, I appreciate it. What else do I want to say? I should have written notes. Didn't write notes this time. I'm all discombobulated. So a little bit of a side note, a side story here. My Starbucks has been closed for like 2 weeks. And I noticed this morning that it was open. And today is the first day it's back open. I don't know if they had to quarantine or what the situation was. This is the second time this has happened. So anyway, after I dropped my son off at work, I was like, I should get myself my Starbucks. I haven't had any Starbucks in like 3 weeks because I usually get it on Mondays. And I only get myself a Starbucks once, maybe twice a week if it's a special week. So I was like, I should get myself a Starbucks today. I haven't had one in quite some time, and I'll have it for my filming. I know this is a Dunkin' Donuts cup, but it's Starbucks inside. I saved all of my like styrofoam cups from Dunkin' Donuts because they're really good insulators, and you can't get them in Dunkin' Donuts anymore, which is good for a variety of reasons. Styrofoam is bad, but that's so good. Anyway, I had to wait in line at Starbucks in the drive-thru for 20 minutes because there were like 20 cars ahead of me. Apparently everybody was excited Starbucks was back open today. So then I was trying to rush to get home and film, and now I'm disorganized and I didn't write any notes because my youngest is babysitting the dogs while I film, so they don't bark and play and clackety clack their nails while I'm filming with you guys. Wow, let's talk about some cross stitch. Let's do quick life updates. Magic the cat. Phenomenal. The cone is off, much to, everyone's happiness in my house. And he's doing really well. He's healing up nicely, and he's back to his old magic-y self. It's going to be the video of ums. What else, life update-wise? That's pretty much it. Just waiting for the world to open back up. Okay, so stitching. I have like if you follow me on Instagram, which my Instagram name is in the description box below. Ooh, speaking of the description box below, I have a glossary. It's going to be a brain foggy sort of day. But I have a glossary in the description box for all of the acronyms that I'm going to use. If I use a term, I know there are a lot of new cross stitchers this year. If I use a term and you don't understand it, let me know in the comments. I will add it to the glossary. I just don't want to have to explain them every single time because I probably won't remember, because that's how I roll. Not that I don't care, but that my brain isn't always connecting. Anyway, I have a finish. Oh, because if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen the finish. I posted it there. Last time I filmed, I was showing you Seeking Refuge by the Scarlet House, and I was saying that I started this on March 14th of last year. This has been kind of my pandemic sampler. Like it's the thing that I will look at when it's hanging on my wall and think about 2020. I started this on March 14th of last year, and I really wanted to finish it for March 14th this year. It was called on my WIPGO board. If you do not know what WIPGO is, it's something that was thought up of by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. And if you want more information about it, that's better than what I will give you. You can, in the description box, there'll be stuff you can find. Anyway, this is my WIPGO board, and it was number 10. I need my glasses. Number 10 called this month, and it was called for me to finish it. And I did. I have a finish. Ta-da! Is it all there? It was ironed, and then I folded it back up, and now it's not ironed again, but it's finished. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love it so much. It's stitched on a 40 count Zweigart linen, 1 strand of floss over 2 threads, and I don't know the color, but it's fantastic. All I had left, I had to get the bottom border finished. I actually got the border finished like the 12th or the 13th, but I saved for the 14th. I originally had finished this to just be 2020. So I had to pick out the 2020 and restitch it. And then I did like a 2021. So I finished it. I did it 2020 to 2020 to 21. I didn't stitch another 20. I felt like that would be redundant. I think it makes sense. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's done. I'm so pleased with it. I plan on bringing it to the framer tomorrow. So I would have brought it to the framer already, except I wanted to show it to you first. So that one is going to be professionally framed. I'm super proud of it. I don't want to mess it up. I want it to be done correctly. And then it will hang on my wall, and I will look at it and admire it all the time. I'm so happy with that. And then I worked on a bunch of stuff. I feel like it's been, I can just say my middle name is today. I'm sorry. And my shirt's bothering me. My hair's frizzy. I haven't had a haircut in almost a year. I think I had a haircut sometime over the summer last year. I should make an appointment. Anyway, I'm a mess today. So I worked on a bunch of stuff. It's in no particular order. I don't even want to try to figure out what day I worked on what stuff. So I'm just going to show it. On the 14th of every month, I work on the Celtic Tree of Life by Artisty Cross Stitch. It's adapted from artwork by Joni Pretty. Anyway, I'm working on this. This was something my husband picked out so he could learn how to cross stitch, and then he hated it. And somebody, I apologize, I don't remember who, but somebody mentioned in last video's comments that I should call it my Valentine's sampler or my anniversary. I don't know. Now I don't remember, but it was smart. I got to go back and figure that out. Anyway, I stitch on it on the 14th of every month because our anniversary is on the 14th and his birthday is on the 14th. So the 14th is all about my husband. So anyway, I took it out. I got a little bit of stitching done. I'm not super far on this. This is being stitched on 14 count white Aida that I think we got at Joann's. It like came in a tube. Yeah, I got this done. I worked over here. So it's not bad. Making progress. It will get touched, 12 times a year. I'm not in a rush to get this done. At first I thought, wouldn't it be nice if it was done for our anniversary? This September will be 20 years for us, but I'm not that motivated. It wasn't a pick that I picked for myself. So anyway, then Stephanie from Kate's Craft for her birthday this month was doing a hashtag Monochromatic March. Oh, Stephanie, I never remember if it's Monochromatic March Sal or just Monochromatic March. I'll have the hashtag in the description box so we'll know what the right one is. But the whole premise was that we stitch on something that's monochromatic or monochromatic-ish, like if you're using 10 shades of purple, but everything is purple, well, that's monochromatic. Or if you're using a super variegated floss, but it's one floss for the whole thing, even though it's different colors, that's still monochromatic. Oh my gosh, it's gonna make me crazy. Sometimes you can say and you don't notice yourself doing it. This is one of those days where it's all I can hear. Anyway, I chose Hoop There It Is by Heartstring Samplery. And I'm stitching this on an 18 count white Aida that I got from like Michael's or Joann's in a tube. I haven't been super picky with my fabric lately. I've been doing a lot of white Aida. I don't know. I just don't feel like putting a lot of brain power into picking out fabric, I think. And for this particularly, I like the blue thread, the blue floss on the white fabric. Anyway, so I'm doing this one strand of It's a Silks For You that I won from Mary at X-Ray X Stitcher. So pretty. I don't know the number, but really a pretty silk. And so I'm using one strand over one, Aida stitch. And where did I did a lot. I think I got all of this done. I don't know if I've showed this at all this month. I think I have. I've stitched on it a couple times. I can actually look. I've stitched on it 3 times. Anyway, I got a little bit done and I'm enjoying it. It's a fun stitch. Sometimes Aida can just be really comforting. You don't have to think about it. The holes are right there. Sometimes simplicity is nice. All right, I'm trying to get everything put away as I go. Okay, and on the 13th, see, I already know I'm out of order. On the 13th, I work on my Halloween stitching, which at the moment is Halloween Squirrel by the Blue Flower. Super cute. And it's being stitched on 40 count Straw Flower by Lakeside Linens. And here I am. So I think, what did I get done? I finished the little trick-or-treating squirrel. So she got her little basket and her crown and she's super adorable. So the little squirrel over there is finished. And then I started working this way. So I did some, I don't remember if the vine was there. I did a little pumpkin. Now, if you've been watching for a while, you know I usually do a strand of floss, a length of it, in the border every time I get it out because I don't really enjoy the border. I didn't this time. I only had a couple hours to work on this and I didn't want to spend it on border. So next time maybe I'll put 2 lengths of floss in. Yeah, probably not, probably still just 1. I'm glad that this comes out every month. It's really adorable. I can't wait for it to be finished. But working on it once a month is enough for me. It is on my WIPGO board twice. It hasn't been called yet, but I should be finished this year. That's the plan anyway. So whatever month it gets called in, I will work on it, not on the 13th. Wow. Okay, and then I worked on, oh shoot, I don't have the picture of it over here. I don't want to run for it. Sorry, but I do have to reach to get the project. I worked a little bit on A Year at Hawk Run Hollow on my March block. I'm stitching this on 14 count linen. Picture This Plus Legacy. And so I didn't get much done. I needed to put the B for lamb down here, and I got a little bit more of the white stitching at the bottom in. I think just like these two things. Oop, I'm moving my camera. Not good. There we go. I think that's where we were. These two little doodads down here. So I don't have, I don't even think I have a third of this done. I mean, probably ultimately I've got a third of it done, but not in full blocks. This will not get finished this year. It's on my WIPGO board to get 3 blocks done. So it's on my WIPGO board 3 times for a block each time. And that obviously won't get it finished. But I decided since it was March and the March block was started, I should work on it a little bit this month. So I did. And I may even work on it some more. We'll get to that when we talk about plans. I'm not sure what my plans are yet. I figure we'll work through that together at the end of the video. Then, that's the other thing I say all the time. And then I am doing the Animal Crossing Sal by Cunning cross stitch, and I'm trying to get the picture. This is what the frame is going to look like, and each month a block comes out on the 15th. And so on the 15th, I stitched the March block. Let me put that away. I foolishly started this on Ada. If you're like, ooh, I love Animal Crossing, I want to start this, stitch it on an even weave. The fractional stitching in this is out of control. Okay. I'm stitching on 14 count Ada, 16 count, I don't know. Where's my little project card? Here it is. 16 count. Picture this plus coastal is the fabric. And the March block was some sort of bird. I don't do Animal Crossing. I think his name is Orville. So that's him down there. The blue is going to get all weird. That's him. I think I'm missing a color. I'm not missing a color. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And then I worked on some of the bottom frame down here. And I also worked up top. That was January and February's blocks. Oh, I added this up here. So this section up here I added. I might backstitch around this because it really kind of blends in with the blue. The two blues blend together, and then I carried the frame a little bit this way because April's block is over here. So yeah, I want to say this little, I don't know, is he a dodo bird? He's like, I don't know, 1.5 inches by 1 inch. He's not very big. There were like 29 colors in him. I am never going to be like a full coverage stitcher where there's like confetti and all of that nonsense. If you like full coverage, you're never going to convince me. Stephanie, that's aimed at you. You're never going to convince me. 29 colors in this little section. This is being stitched for my daughter. It's a surprise. She doesn't watch my videos, so we can talk about it here. I won't post it on Instagram because she follows me on Instagram, so I won't post it over there. If I didn't love her so much, I think I may have abandoned into this already. But I'm going to stick with it because she is going to be over the moon for this. It's a lot. Okay. Then my other Sal that I'm doing but for my middle guy, he knows about this. It's not a surprise because I would never stitch anything for him without seeing if he liked it first. But this is the Pixels That Made Us Sal, and it is by pixstitch. And I think that I will have the information in the description box below. It is, I think you can still sign up for it. It comes out weekly. I'm saying all this before I even show it. And to sign up for it, you have to make a donation to a charity called Child's Play. And then you let the creator of this know about that. And then you get the patterns. So it's going to spell out the word gamer. And each letter is made up of characters from a particular gaming system. So each letter will be a different system. And the letter G was the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And so I have finished the G, and now I'm working on the back stitch. So I've started the back stitch through here, I think. And then I've got all of this back stitch still left to do. I'm not showing it very well. This is so fun to stitch. It's got just as many colors as Animal Crossing does, but there's no fractionals. And it's just an easier stitch. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it. I'm like, hi guys, I'm just peeking around the edge. So fun. So the first part of the letter A comes out on Monday, and the letter A is going to be the original Game Boy. So it's going to be black and white characters. And then it's going to be the Game Boy Color, and then the Game Boy Advance. I can't wait to do that one. I assume there will be some Tetris blocks. I don't know why. I always think I played a lot of Tetris on the Game Boy back in the 90s, back in the early 90s. Okay. And then I just have one more whip. Oh, this might be a short video. I don't have a lot more to talk about. I might be talking really fast, or maybe I'm not talking enough, or I don't know. Let's just take it. It's going to be a short video. I probably just jinxed us. This is my last whip. It was a new start, and it kind of goes into haul, which I don't have a lot of. I just have 2 things that I purchased. So maybe I just start haul, and we'll talk about my last whip at the same time. I subscribed back at like Christmas time to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So this is the spring, like what is spring 2021 issue. This is a great magazine. This particular, like the spring 2021, these are all, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 6 things flagged in here that I would like to stitch. Yeah, I'm not going to do a flip through, but I am going to show you the ones I particularly liked. I'm not even going to show you the punch needle. I don't do punch needle. I will at some point stitch this. This was by Janine McGowan from the Blue Flower. So I'm going to stitch that. I love that. Ooh, I really liked this one. Hold on, I don't want to show the pattern for that, but really liked that. I might brighten it up a little bit when I stitch it, but I will at some point stitch that. And this is by Leela May Designs. I've never heard of them, but I really like that. I especially like that little like bunny, his little bunny butt. You gotta love a bunny butt. And then, oh my gosh, this might be maybe my second favorite. Teresa Kogut. Oh my gosh. I will absolutely be stitching that. Holy mackerel. Love, 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 loved that. This was super cute. This was by Sub Rosa. Cute little bunny. I'm definitely going to stitch that. That's the one I am stitching. Hold on. Almost done. Really like this one. Hold on. Let me get you over here. Who is this by? Twin Peak Primitives. I think if I do stitch it though, I'll leave the even off the top. And I don't know that it feels off balance or something. It says, even busy bees, stop and smell the roses. And it would be just fine if it said busy bees, stop and smell the roses. Oh my goodness. And then Barbara Anna. Oh my gosh. Seriously? I need to stitch all the Barbara Anna. And then I decided I wasn't going to do a spring start. I told you all I wasn't going to do a spring start. I had planned a spring start, and then I had done a few starts that I didn't have planned, and I was like, Pam, you're not allowed to do a spring start now because you've done things that you don't need to do one. And then I decided, this came in the mail, and I was like, I'm doing a spring start. So I chose to start Stephanie Webb, Lindy Stitches. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Prancing in the Tulips. I think it's going to be a whole series of cats. Cats in the Garden series is what she's calling it. So I have 3 cats, and I'm thinking I might have to put each of my cats into one of these. We used to have a calico cat named Sage, and we loved her. But we don't have her anymore. And I thought I might put Fufana in here. And Fufana is more fall colored, our cat Fufana. If you are on Instagram, one of my last pictures was of Fufana. So you can see what she looks like in real life. But she's going to be what's the word I want? Portrayed? No, that's not what I want. Memorialized, but she's not dead. So maybe that's not a good. Anyway, she's going to be stitched amongst the tulips. So this is that 40 count straw flower that I am stitching Halloween Squirrel on. And so obviously I've had to do some color changing. She is a fluffy-ish. She feels like she wants to be fluffy. Her tail's fluffy and parts of the rest of her are fluffy, but not all of her is fluffy. But her tail is fluffy, so her tail is in there. I had to do a little bit of color changing. In the original picture, it's on the back. This is all one floss, and it's a variegated floss, and I didn't have it, and I didn't feel like waiting to get it, and it really looks like 2 different colors, like a pink and a coral. Her DMC conversion was this color, which looks nothing like that, but you know what? It's all gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. I didn't have the green, so I just subbed in a different green. It's just gonna be a mishmash of whatever. And so that was my spring start. And then I just got one other thing. I ordered the Feminist Cross Stitch book. Stephanie Rohr. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. I want to stitch this for sure. I'm not going to do a flip through. There are some naughty words in here, which I'm totally okay with, but I don't want to assume that everyone else is totally okay with it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here I want to stitch. So much stuff. I'm flipping through it and looking at it, and I'm not showing you. That's not nice. Oh, you know, I did want to, there is one in here that I want to stitch for my niece. Oh, this one. It says, though she be little, though she be but little, she is fierce. I want to stitch that for her. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I have. Plans. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be like 30 minutes. This is so good. Plans. This weekend, part 3 of Stitching Book Club's Sense and Sensibility comes out. It might be this weekend. I think it's this weekend. It might be next weekend. If it comes out this weekend, I will be stitching part 3. I'm going to be stitching on Monday. I will be stitching the first part of letter A in the Gamer Sal. If I have any time before the end of the month that is not stitch along centered, I think that I'm going to stitch on my March block of A Year at Hawk Run Hollow. I wanted to ask you guys, I have been inspired. If you watch Michelle Bendy, Bendy Stitchy, Bendy is not her last name. If you watch Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, she is doing Zoom stitches for one of the projects she's working on. And I've been thinking about a year at Hawk Run Hollow lately, and I've been thinking that might be something I might want to do for a year at Hawk Run Hollow. It would mean every month I would get it out and stitch it with other people who are stitching it. Like I could host something like that. And then I thought, a year at Hawk Run Hollow, there might not be too many people stitching it. And then I thought, a lot of people stitch on just any Hawk Run Hollow pieces. And they seem to be those ones that we have for years because they take forever to do. And so here's what I'm gonna ask you before I commit to this. A few things. Number one, would you be interested in doing a monthly Zoom with me to stitch on not just a general stitch, but like you would have to be stitching the thing that we're stitching together? And then if so, if you would be interested, is there anybody out there stitching on a year at Hawk Run Hollow that would be interested? Or are there any of you who are stitching any of the Hawk Run Hollow pieces? Because it could be a Hawk Run Hollow Zoom stitch. Let me know your thoughts on that, because I could use a little kick in the pants, I think. It's a little motivation, a little reason every month that it needs to come out. And it needs to be more than a date, because I think at this, I love the piece, but it doesn't, I'm afraid it's going to be that piece that languishes for like 10 years is what I'm afraid is going to happen. And I'd like to get it off my WIP list so that something else can come in. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. I think that's it. I just want to say happy spring, everyone. Outside my house, this is where I'm going to get rambly. Outside my house, I have 2 flower beds that are like stacked, one up here and then one down here, and then I have like my walkway. My house was built in 1968, and it has, I don't know how to explain it. I would never have put in like a cement flower bed up against my front window. Anyway, it's there and I need to do something with it. And so there's flower bulbs in there. It's the point I'm trying to get at. And I have a daffodil in bloom. I have a bunch of daffodils that look like they're going to pop at some point, but one daffodil is braving the March weather and is blooming. And I have a bunch of hyacinths hyacinth is a hard word for me. Hyacinths blooming, some white ones and some pink ones and some purple ones. My irises are popping through, and I have a peony. Ooh, we talked about peonies last time. The peony is popping through. And did you notice I said peony instead of peony? Apparently I interchange it. I feel like most people said they say peony, but there were a few of you that say peony. And I don't know, I don't think it's a regional thing. I wonder, I don't know. I don't know why some people say it one way and some people say it both ways, apparently. I grew up saying peony because my mom said peony. And my mom is very French Canadian. She's actually 100% French Canadian. I can't find anything else but French Canadian in her line. And I don't know if maybe like if her parents' accents, like they were born in America, but their parents were not. And so I don't know if like maybe that came, if like, is that maybe, I don't know. Sorry. Linguistics is always very interesting to me, like why we say things certain ways. Wow, I got super tangenty. This was going to be a fast video, and then I got off on why we say peony certain ways. Okay, that's it for me. I'm not gonna ramble anymore. All right, I think that's it. I got nothing else. I was trying to think if I had any more rambles going on in here, and I don't. So stay safe, stay well, stay healthy. It feels like we're almost at the end of this. So stay healthy until we get there. And that's it. Happy stitching. Bye, everyone.